Hey folks, this is Vint with Dan's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out the demo for My Father Lied. It's important to stress that demos are not reflective of the finished product, so everything that you're about to see here is most definitely subject to change. The actual release date for the game is Q4 of 2024, so it's got a ways to go before it's actually released to the public. But you can download and play the demo right now, or at least wishlist the game if you like what you see here. I'll put a link in the below description for you. Speaking of which, this is a sponsored video. I'm not going to review the game, I will just simply play it and show you what it's like. My Father Lied is a first-person point-and-click mystery game that tells the story of Huda, I'm not sure, who finds herself following an unfathomable secret regarding her father's 20 years disappearance. Now, I have played the demo off camera already, so I already know the solutions to the puzzles, but I will take you through it again. The demo isn't all that long. All right, so as is typical of a point-and-click adventure game, you will be basically clicking on various aspects of your interface in order to do things. For example, movement is just by clicking on this arrow like so. Now, I do have the sound turned down. There is no options menu in this demo, so unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to adjust. I had to turn down the sound manually in my audio mixer. At some point, I would like to see some proper options. Okay, so there is a locked door here, and there's nothing that we can do right now to open it. That's kind of where the puzzles come into play. So you can actually click with the left mouse button and drag back and forth, and it's pretty much prompting us to go into that room there. Okay, so we're going to look around this room and see what is what. There is looks like some sort of painting or something on the wall here. It's just a gun display case, and it looks like it's missing something. So obviously we're going to look for something in the environment that has that kind of thing on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and look around. There are some lockers here, 11, 10, and 9. And it looks like the lockers are indeed locked. There's also a map over here. So let's go ahead and check that out. Sometimes in order to access certain aspects of the environment, you have to get into the proper position. So you have to kind of backtrack sometimes to get there. There is a just map with a bunch of numbers on it, and there is like a little heart there, and it looks like there's the number 3. So that may come into play later. All right, we're gonna just sort of walk down this way, and there is a safe. Now, you can't click the buttons from this screen. You actually have to click on the magnifying glass and type in the numbers that way. But we're gonna back out for right now because we don't know what that's all about. There is a painting on the wall. It looks like it's blood-stained. All right, let's go ahead and move over here to this letter. Okay, so if you want to read this, just pause. I'm not going to read this off to you. I'm trying to keep the video moving along as best I can. And let's go ahead and look at the other one. Okay, so some of this is important. It kind of tells us, who was born where, that kind of thing. For example, Samir was born in July. So that might be very important for what we're about to do. Let's just keep that in the back of our mind. This Kadeem here was born in December, Samir was born in July, and so on. All right, let's go ahead and back off. And let's take a look down here. It looks like we can pick up this gun. And wouldn't you know it, that gun may or may not fit that gun display case that we saw earlier. Let's go ahead and open this drawer and look at this letter. And it looks like there's 3 lockers, which that's the current room that we're in. Let's go ahead and open that up. So it says Kadeem's locker is on the right, Samir's is in the middle. Leonardo da Vinci is rolling in his grave. And it says here, where my love is, when Samir was born twice, Kadeem's locker equals something. There is a drawing of an open safe with a skull inside it. Okay, so this here is a very important clue. So we're going to X out of there and X out of there. And this drawer is locked, so we can't do anything with that right now. Okay, so now the game is going to tell us, oh, we're going to add some new things to your interface that you may want to interact with. So let's go ahead and close that out, and I'll show them to you manually. This is sort of like your notebook of important clues. I kind of already hinted that this is a very important clue. It says here, where my love is. Ignore that top part. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. Where my love is, when Samir was born twice, and Kadeem's locker equals something. That obelisk clue is actually something in a later puzzle. It should not be showing up here. I'm sure that's a bug as part of the demo. And then if you click over here to the right, this is kind of like your inventory of what you've picked up so far. Okay, so where my heart is or love is, that's what that heart is referenced on that map, and if we remember, that was the number 3. So that's one number that we need. And the second part of that clue was when Samir was born twice. And according to that note, he was born in July, so that would be, I think that was the number, yep, number 7 twice. So that would be 377. And then Kadim's locker was on the, is it in the middle or right? I have to look. Wasn't that one, it was this one. Heavy smoker in the picture. It might have been the other one. It was in the drawer, that's right. Let's come here. We're gonna look at the picture. I wish all the notes were put into the notebook. Only that one clue was. Okay, Kadim's locker equals something. Okay, and then Kadim's is in the right-hand side. Okay, so that was the number 9, I think it was. Let's back out. Yep, 9. Okay, so the combination, 3779, let's give that a go. There we go. So we find some things in here. There's that, and whatever that is. That's a wheel. Okay, now this looks something that might belong over there as part of a gun holder part, whatever. Not sure what the technical term is, but there we go. So that automatically happened. I didn't click on anything. That revealed some kind of wheel, so we're going to go ahead and pick that up. Then we're going to move out to the corridor here. And it just so happens that there's 2 different knobs. We put the wheels on them, and now, yeah, that's a graphical glitch. Now we actually went through the door, and let's go ahead and take a look at this. There's some kind of generator. I need to connect the wire. So we click on the wire, and it does it for us automatically. We don't have to drag or anything. Let's try it now. So we're going to click a couple of times to get this started. And if it works, beautiful. Okay, so now the generator is on. We're going to look around and see what's what. Poor guy. Okay, there's nothing really of interest there. There's a key there. And there's a cell phone. Now, we can't actually click on any of these buttons, but these numbers may come into play later on. But for right now, we got a key, and we need to put that somewhere. Now, if you remember, one of those drawers in the other room were locked. Over here is a keypad, so no key slot here. So let's go ahead and go back to where we were, and we're going to go into this room here. Going to go back to the desk, and we don't have to do anything. It just automatically uses the key to open the drawer. And this is saying your password is Greg Old. Got it? And Greg Old is just like, you know, if you look at a phone, you'll see letters and numbers. So if you find the letter G on a phone, you'll see that that is the number 4. And we can go back to the cell phone to verify that, but let's go ahead and do that now. So pretty much the password on that door there is 7 digits, Greg Old. All right, and I'll show you the phone real quick just so you can see what I'm talking about, assuming I can get over there. I keep bypassing it. There we go. All right, yeah, see the number 4 has the letter G on it. And then R is 7, and then 3, and then 2, and then Old 6, 5, 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the door. All right, and we're going to type in the numbers 473. And I think I wrote it down here, 2653. Boom, done. Okay, so that opens the shutter, and in we go. Now, this is the last puzzle of the demo, and this is the one that pretty much gave me the hardest time trying to figure out what it was I was supposed to do. So there are all of these different pictures and paintings. This is a museum from the looks of it. And on this door over here, we have to come this way and then zoom in. There's a little note. And you'll see on the left, Melchior Chesney Bell. And there's that obelisk plus the shat, whatever. That was the clue that you saw that should not have showed up. That was a bug. So these are the 4 things that we're trying to locate in order to advance. And there is a door over there with 4 different keypads. What I don't like about this is that if you get one right, if you get the first one right and then you back out of the screen and come back to it, you have to re-enter the first one again. So like it doesn't save your progress, as it were. So you have to start over every single time you back out. So make sure you've got all 4 ready to go before you start punching in numbers here. That says staff only. What is happening here? Okay, so again, if we look at our little note, Melchior. So we need to go around the room and find Melchior. And if I remember correctly, just to save you guys some time, I believe it's this one here. And if you look on the very top, it says 1575, and it says your sincere friend on the bottom, Melchior. I'm going to mispronounce and butcher names in this game. So you can read this at your own leisure, no problem. But 1575 is the first code that you're looking for. And then we're looking for another code, and that was Chesney. So we need to find something in this that is Chesney. So I guess we'll come this way and come this way. And oh, look, I think that is Chesney, if I remember correctly. Yep, Francis Chesney. We're going to take a look down here. And again, if you want to read through all of this, I will just let you just pause the video here and you can read everything. It's weird that the arrows go right to left. I don't know if it's a thing in a different country where you read things right to left, but the left button actually advances the pages. It's kind of weird. But the date that we're looking for here is, again, it's a year, 1835. So that is the second clue that we need for that. And then we're going to move on to the third clue, which is Bell dead. That's probably what that unhappy face was on that post-it note. So we're looking for someone named Bell, and that would be Gertrude Bell. There we go. And if we click on that, we can see that the date is, at least she died, 1926. Okay, so that's the third code that we're looking for. And then lastly, it's a combination of 2, and this kind of threw me off a bit. I thought it was like the first 2 digits of the obelisk and the last 2 digits of the Shat al Arab, whatever. So that's not the case. It's actually the sum of both numbers. So we need to get the both dates and then sum them together. In this case, there's the obelisk in the middle of the room. Again, pause if you want to see this. 1865 is the one date for the obelisk. And there was mention of a river in this painting here. There it is, and it's 1000. So you just take both dates and sum them together for 2865. Okay, so we're going to go and jump over here, and we're going to start typing in numbers. And again, you have to click on the magnifying glass to bring up the special thing. 1575, it jumps down to the next one, and then 1835, and then next is 1926, and then lastly 2865. All right, and we open the door. Let's see what secrets you have in there. Okay. So there you go, folks. That was a quick walkthrough / look at the game. I hope you enjoyed this. And again, this is just a demo of the game, so, you know, things are subject to change. I'm hoping at some point the developer will add, you know, proper options menu and make the interface a little bit more user-friendly, that kind of thing. But again, development is, from what I'm looking at, the game is not out till Q4 of 2024. So there you go. That was My Father Lied. I'll put a link in the below description for you should you want to visit the Steam store page and wish list it. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all next time. Take care.